Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we are actually in front of one of my plant cabinets. I want to do a bit of a shelving upgrade in here. This is one of the Rudsta cabinets that you can get at IKEA. I actually got mine secondhand on Facebook Marketplace, so it already had a bit of upgrades like this leaf handle, and I switched out the lights. I didn't really like the lights. The one I have in here are Barina lights. And the shelves in here, you can see that they're a little bit customized. I believe they are metal shelves, and the person that I bought it from 3D printed anchors of some sort. I'll show you in a bit. And basically have it set up so that the shelves can just be magnetic and they just go right to the back of the wall because the back of the cabinet is metal. So that's how this one is set up. I had a little bit of a mishap though. About a month ago, I believe, I had 3 shelves in here. So if you saw my plant tour video, you may realize that a shelf is missing. I had one maybe up here, I think it was. It's been a while. And I don't know what happened, but the anchor that was 3D printed, it just looked like it just snapped. Maybe after watering the plants and everything, the shelf just got too heavy and it just broke. And all of my plants just came tumbling down, and some got damaged, some more so than others. But yeah, from that moment, I realized I need to upgrade my shelves. So I went online. I went straight to Plantal Support. It's a local shop nearby that does acrylic shelves for these IKEA cabinets. And yeah, I'm gonna switch them out today. Before I get to, swapping of the shelves, I wanted to just show you one of the damage. I did show it in my varicosum video when I was sort of explaining, the updates for my varicosum here. But it was my Magnificum Silver. And it's just splinted here with like a bamboo skewer and Velcro and tape because when the shelf came crashing down, literally this whole petiole was just like snapped. So I'm quite impressed that it's still holding onto this leaf. Yeah, that was a little bit traumatizing, but I'm really glad that it's doing well. And then this leaf grew after that, and we have another one coming in here. But yeah, it's just kind of hidden at the bottom because there's so much or so many plants at the bottom that they kind of compete for light. So again, upgrading my shelving should also help with some of the light competition that's going on in my shelves, or going on in my cabinet. So let me show you what I have. So I got this box quite a long time ago. So honestly, maybe the shelving coming down must have been 2 or 3 months ago because I feel like I got this a month ago. It's been a while and I'm completely lost track of time. So I believe I ordered 2 types of shelves, and I'm blanking which shelves I got exactly. So let's just open up and see what's in here. Cute. I got a little bit of a thank you note here. She, I believe, is a student too, so it's really cool that she has time to make these. Super cool. If I'm not wrong either, I believe she does ship to not only Canada, but the United States. I don't know if she does internationally, but I recall reading that she does ship between Canada and US. Okay, these were very well packed in here. If there's any damage, I'd be in awe. Very well packaged. So I got 2 pieces. Ooh, these are it's a good thickness. there's no way plants should fall. So I got one triangle and I wanted to put in the corner. I believe it was on this level. And then I got a more, I don't know what you call this. I think it was like a U-shape, a more U-shaped shelf for up top. This was more so for like Hoyas and stuff so that they could still dangle down. I wanted a full rectangular one, but I just don't know yet like if that's ideal for this cabinet just yet, just because I have so many trailing plants or plants growing up that I thought these would make the most sense, since it's a way to still use the vertical space while not blocking anything from like growing upwards or downwards too much. So I'm happy with these. I believe they don't look super clear right now because I think there's like a little bit of a film that I need to just strip off, like very, very thin film. I'll probably peel them off much later when I actually start setting it up, because first I'm going to have to go in here, take out all of the plants. I also want to do a good cleanup of the cabinet. It has been a while since I've been able to just do a nice wipe down. I also want to remove these old shelves. I no longer need them. I no longer trust them. Not with many plants. I have my other Hoyas kind of up here on the side, and they're not really getting much light. There is a window on this side, but it's not very bright. So yeah, I think it's time for me to just do that. Now that it's mostly empty, I can show you what I mean with these shelves. So they're magnetic, so I can pull it off like that. And they're sort of like duct taped with like a very strong magnet inside. I don't know how well you can kind of see that, but these little anchors are 3D printed. And the last one that I had, like that was kind of sitting up higher on that shelf there, one of these broke. I think it actually broke on both sides, and literally all of the plants I had sitting on it just fell over with it. So this one feels pretty strong, but like I said, I just don't know if I can trust them anymore. Let me see. Oh, like this one, you can actually see the magnets, because I actually think I did this because I didn't have duct tape. I was using like regular, like clear tape. And these ones are not as secure. But yeah, this is the 3D printed portion, and they just sort of sit like that. And yeah, it's I don't trust them anymore. It just takes one time to break like that. And all I really had on there were like my little Hoyas. So thankfully the Hoyas were okay. It was mostly, I think my Alocasia chantrieri got a little bit damaged, like my very, very pink variegated one. So I don't have it in here anymore. And then yeah, the Magnificum silver. Anything else, it was like little nicks and scratches, nothing super notable. So it could have been worse. I think the crash itself was just more traumatizing than anything. So since I have everything out, I am going to just do a big cleanup in here because it is quite messy. So let me get to that now. going to be using a microfiber cloth. I just find that anytime I use like paper in here, you'll just see like the paper shreds because it's not super smooth. It's a little bit gritty. I don't know if that's just how Rudsta cabinets are or if she just fully weatherproofed this, the person that I bought this cabinet from. So since it's not very smooth, I just find it's a little bit better to clean with a microfiber cloth, and it just leaves no residue or less residue. Last but not least, time to tackle the glass. I would say that that looks much better. I think it's time for us to start installing the shelves. I don't really know how to install them, but I think that QR code that was on that thank you note links to how I set it up. So I'm just gonna scroll through and take a look at the instructions, and then I'll start getting this set up. So I'm on the website now. It does look like I just see a note here that says from Canada, shipping worldwide. So if you are interested, yes, it is Canada, US, and international. It does sound like she does ship them worldwide. I am not really seeing much on explanation on how to set it up. I see something about the product page should have information, but maybe I just don't know how to navigate to how to set it up, but I can probably just wing it. I ordered, so these are the sort of brackets, shelving brackets that come with the Rudsta cabinet. And I ordered I don't know what they call them, like the extension clips are a little bit bigger. Let me just take one out so you can see them for comparison. So this is the one that you normally get from IKEA, and this is the one that I purchased, the size. So it's supposed to help hold the heavier shelves better, especially if they're like a little bit of a unique shape, like a triangle, and it's not like a full rectangular shelf. So I'm just gonna slip these into the slots in the cabinet where I expect the shelf to go, and start there. Okay, so next I'm going to install the triangular one. I wanted this one closer to the bottom. I think it goes like this. Let me just confirm. I'm gonna look on the website and make sure that I'm putting it on right, because I do not want my plants to fall again. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to believe you put it in like this, because this fits pretty well into that bracket, and this should just sit alongside the back of the wall. I think that looks good so far. Let's try the next one. Okay, that's looking good. I think that's all that's really necessary, right? I'm gonna see if I can just get the outer layer off so they stop looking very foggy. See, just like that. And on the other side, so now it actually looks clear. Nice. All right, let's put that back inside. I think I had it like this. Oh, that looks really good. Okay, and then let's do the same for this. This honestly looks great. And I really love the cute logo. There we go. How well can you see that? It's a very cute like leaf. There you go. On the side or like of all of the shelves. They're very cute. Oops. Okay. Okay, I'd say that's pretty cool. I'm trying to make the decision if I want to handle dealing with these like dangling wires. Right now, I just don't know if I have the right things to sort of tape them up right now. So I think I'm just going to focus on putting the plants back in the cabinet now and seeing what they look like. I've decided that I'm going to start with my taller plants first. So I'm going to fill this area with my tall plants now that they have space to grow up. And I have in here right now my Philodendron El Choco Red. That is what she's looking like right now. And I'm just gonna start by placing it there. We'll see if I move it around a little bit later. And the next tall one that I have in here is my Philodendron Verrucosum. And this is the Amazon Sunset variation. So right now it is very top heavy. I think it is a bit thirsty too. So it's not very stable right now, but that is what she looks like right now. This is the newest leaf. It's still very soft, so I don't want to mess with it too much. Let me see. Oh, and then I also have this yellowing leaf again. I don't know. It could be overwatering or underwatering. I have been a little bit sporadic. Being inconsistent is not great. So I'll address that. But so far it is doing pretty well. Let's see if I can get it next to my El Choco Red here. Okay, so she just keeps falling over. I think what I'm going to have to do is just give it a little bit of a water and see if it helps with creating a little bit more stability at the base. And then I'll come back to put the rest of the plants in. Okay, let's see now if it will just fit in here without toppling over now that there's a little bit of water in the tray. And I gave it a few minutes to sort of soak up some of that water. So hopefully that soil should just keep it upright. Truthfully, it's a little bit of a hog for space. The amount of space this plant is taking is kind of ridiculous. Okay, I think I like how that looks a little bit more. So I just kind of move the El Choco Red into the corner since it's a little bit smaller, and then put the Varicosum in the middle since it has a bigger wingspan, so to speak. And I think I can just put plants around these two now. I think the next set of plants I'm going to put in is going to be my anthuriums. Yes, let's do that. First, I'm going to add back in my anthurium. This is the Crystal Sky, which is a cross between a crystallinum and a Bessier Af. I personally love a Bessier Af hybrid. A lot of them, I just really like that bluish sheen that they give off. Now, one of the things that I do love about these shelves is because they're transparent. I don't have to worry too much about light being blocked if I put plants on top. Like, of course, plants are going to block some light, but in comparison to the opaque shelves that I had before, they completely block light. So any plants I put underneath, they're completely shadowed, where now at least, if I do put some plants, light should still be going through to some extent. And they do have like little slots in between to help with airflow if it does get really humid, which sometimes it does in this cabinet. So truly ideal. Let me grab the next anthurium. I think I'm going to add my anthurium magnificum silver next. Now my anthurium papillonominum. Next is my anthurium Crystal Sky crossed with papillonominum. This one has grown so big. This is another one that I got from Equigenera along with the papillonominum and the Crystal Sky. I don't know if it'll fit at the bottom, so maybe it'll fit here. I don't know if I love that yet, but I sort of like that it has its own space, so we'll start with that. Next, I will add my Aglonema pictum tricolor, and I think I'll just place it there for now until I can rearrange when I see how the other plants fit in here. Let me grab another one over there. Okay, so the next one that I would like to add is the Alocasia Dragon Moon, which is a cross of the Alocasia Mellow and the Silver Dragon. I had it on the lower shelf before. I'm wondering, I might still keep it on a lower shelf. Let me move the Aglonema maybe this way and place this plant here. maybe something like that. I'm going to add it's so tiny, and I had the tag for this on the bottom of the shelf, but I probably misplaced it. But this is a jewel orchid. This is the Rudsta discolor. What was the variation called? Negrescence, I believe. So it's more, usually the Rudsta discolor has a little bit more lines. This is just all black, and it will have maybe like a singular like red stripe going down the leaf. It doesn't require too much light, so I'm just going to keep it on the lower shelf here, maybe like that. And what else do I have? Okay, so I never spoke about this one yet. This is a, ooh, will it focus properly? This is a philodendron silver sword variegated. Oops, I recently got this cutting just to try it out, and it just started growing out this new growth here. So I might just place this a little bit higher. Let's do that for now. Next, I'll grab my begonia Sinbad. It used to look really nice. I lost a lot of leaves, and then more leaves grew back. I don't know what's happening. Place that there for now. I would maybe want to start positioning this one next. This is the Alocasia chantreri, and it's supposed to be like reverted, but it does have some pink in there. And this is the newest leaf it grew with me, and it does have some corms. I know it's not super pink, and I do have a very pink one as well, but I really like this plant a lot. I do love my green plants. Where am I gonna put you? I kind of want you around this level. I don't know if those two are sort of competing with each other, but for now I'm gonna just do that. Maybe I'll turn this out a little bit. There we go. That might just be what it's gonna have to be temporarily. And what else do I have? Okay, the next one I want to put is my Alocasia aslanii. It has been growing so well. Let's see. I'm just gonna place it here for a second. I'm trying to leave some of this area for my Hoyas so they can hang down, because that's what I used to have there, and that's what came crashing down. So let's see if I can just kind of make use of the other shelves. I think for my smaller orchids like this one, this is a Cuthbertsonii hybrid, a dendrobium from Ecogenera. Dendrobium Mountains Butterfly Kisses F. Rojo Xanthanum or something like that. I was told it was supposed to be pretty difficult to grow, and it's not very fussy at all. I constantly forget to water it, and it's totally fine. So I'm gonna put that in the back there. And I have another one. So this one is a popcorn, Ionosidium popcorn haruri. It's not been doing the best. I might have to give it a repot, but I will also probably put it at this level. Okay, and now I think I want to start focusing on the plants that will be going up here and probably dangling down. For example, my Hoya lacunosa durian parangin. This one blooms for me quite often. I really do like this plant. I also don't know if this cabinet is the best place for my Hoyas. I just don't really know where to put them right now. So this has just been working in the interim. This is another one I haven't really spoken about on YouTube, but I showed it on Instagram. This is a philodendron heteroraceum, I think it's pronounced, Rio. So it has some nice silvery and white foliage. which I really like. I'm going to stick this maybe back here. I did have a Sinuata mint that was in there, but I think I'm not going to keep it in this cabinet. I'll probably grow it outside. I had this Hoya rinsei that was in there. I'm not totally sure where it's going to fit. I can attempt maybe placing it like that for now. Then I have my Hoya Mini Bell Splash. So you can kind of see some of the splash foliage. And then some of them are a little bit more green. So I'm going to tuck this here. And you can sort of see this tendrils coming towards the cabinet. That's just going to be what's going to happen for a bit until I can figure that out. Over here, I have my Hoya Kadata. The Hoya Kadata Sumatra. One of my favorite Hoyas. It has the coolest little blooms. I'm gonna stick it in this corner. Wow, the Hoyas really do make this look a little messy. I might have to just take cuttings from these, honestly, when I have some time. This one is my Hoya Crassipetiolata Splash. Gorgeous Hoya, but it is also just tendriling really long. I might also have to take cuttings of this one. Ooh, where can I fit this? I have 3 more Hoyas to go in. This is my Hoya Nicholsonii. Let's see how this is gonna fit. Maybe I tuck the Aslanii that way a little bit. Oh boy, we're getting tendrils everywhere. This here is a Hoya Lacunosa Silver Lime. Since this one's a little bit shorter, I might drop it on this shelf here. And then I have my Hoya Bertonier. This one can really sun stress to like a burgundy, which is really cool. I think I have another cutting that is doing that. The other sad thing is it was looking like it was going to bloom. And I think I saw buds on here at one point and I guess they fell off. So not ideal because I didn't have the right space in this cabinet. So I think now that it's back in here, now that it's getting light, hopefully it should be fine. So I think that's everything that I wanted to put in here. Honestly, it's sort of new to me to have this new shelving, so it's probably going to take me some time to sort of like figure out what I want to do. I definitely have to cut back a lot of my Hoyas because it looks so busy. And I'm probably going to shift some plants around just to make sure that they have the right lighting and that they fit appropriately. But I'm just glad that I can fit my plants back in here. It looks so much better, looks so much neater than it was, I guess, obviously, because I did a bit of a cleanup. And yeah, I really do like these shelves. They're very strong. It's not a question of if they're going to fall like the last shelves that I was using. Obviously, they were more makeshift, so it's a bit of a different story. And Yeah, I think the main thing I just want to do to fix this up is situate these lights and then um yeah, cut back some of my Hoyas. I just spent a little bit of time to just sort of organize some of the tendrils, and I just swapped, I think it was the Kadata with the Begonia Sinbad over there. I don't know if I did anything else really, but I think that's it for my updated shelving here in my Rudsta cabinet. I'm actually really happy with this. Um, I've always heard about Plantal Support, and it just took me a long while to just upgrade the shelving in here. Honestly, watching that shelf fall, I didn't actually see it fall. I just heard the crash, and that's the worst thing you want to hear. After hearing that crash and just seeing like the aftermath, that was it. I was like, yeah, I absolutely need to just go ahead and invest in these shelves. So I'm very happy with this so far. They're very thick, as you can see. I think there are two thicknesses. I chose the thickest one. I think it's like 3/8 or something like that. So 3/8 of an inch. No, that should be the smallest one. Okay, I stand corrected. 3/8 is the thickest size, so these must be the 3/8 inch shelves. So yeah, I wanted to just make sure that they wouldn't fall, and that's why I bought the additional support, just to make sure they won't fall. And yeah, especially like when you water your plants and they get a little bit heavier, I just can't handle the crashing thing happening again. That is all I have for this video. If you enjoyed it or if you learned something new, feel free to hit that like button. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything at all really, feel free to add in the comment section below and subscribe. My aim is to have something up once a week. I aim for Tuesdays. Summer is a little bit tricky for me because of work. Uh, just for whatever crazy reason, summer is just the busiest. So I find it a little bit harder to find time to record, but I will do my best to record at least something, to have something posted once a week. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.